Happy Tuesday and welcome to my broadcast. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson, your why and soul purpose coach and consultant. It is always a privilege when I have the opportunity to come before you, and I am super excited. Before we get into the task at hand, when I work with my clients, I work with them to help them to connect with their inner blueprint for success. And by so doing, they are able to live their life limitlessly. My focus is to connect each person I work with his or her so why and soul purpose. Why are they created in this world? And that is my focus. I want to welcome everyone. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at this moment. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. This conversation this morning is geared around building a leadership brand. Yes, even as entrepreneurs and small business owners, we can build leadership brand from within our company. Doesn't matter how small. And for that reason, this morning, I will be sharing from a Harvard Business School review. That's what I'm sharing from, because even as entrepreneurs and small business, we can learn from the huge corporation. Yes, we do not have their budgets, not probably. We do not have their budgets. However, we can use them as mentors and models from a distance where we Grand Rising. Hey, Sophia, Grand Rising. Thank you for coming, Queen. We can model them so that we can grow our small businesses and we can expand as entrepreneur. And that's why I choose this research this morning for us to work through. Again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my newsletter by going to my website, and you can get that by clicking on the Linktree link in my profile. Please don't forget to tap the screen. Don't forget to share the live, and don't forget to invite your communities. It is my intention that you will learn something, hopefully, and take it so that you can use it in whatever it is that you are doing. All right? Building a leadership brand as an entrepreneur. This research is done by Norm Smallwood and Dave Ulrich, both from the Harvard Business School. Quick, what do the following firms have in common? And this morning, I'll be sharing two companies that we are all familiar with. It does not matter where we are over the world. We know about these companies. And as I was preparing for today's presentation, I thought to myself, what better examples for me to work towards this morning than with these two companies. And the two companies that will be sharing this morning are General Electric and Johnson and Johnson, because it doesn't matter where we are in whatever country, whatever section of the world we are, we own something, bought something, or read about them, or know about them. So let us look behind the curtain of how they became so powerful and what can we take from them and use that in our small businesses. Welcome on Facebook. Please join into the comments. Before I continue, between 6:30 and 6:45, we will do the water therapy. Now, General Electric motto is imagination at work. Imagination at work. Remember, this research focuses on two of the top companies globally. And you see what General Electric motto is? Imagination at work. Is a diversified company with 163 billion, with a B, guys, in annual revenue. It is famous for developing leaders who are dedicated to turning imaginative ideas into leading products or service. A GE manager can be trusted to be strong, conceptualized, as well as decisive thinker. An inclusive, competent team leader, and a confident expert in his field. I want to share with you because living in Connecticut for many years, I know a lot about GE. I know somebody who worked for GE for many years. And I can tell you, not only did his employment at GE impact his life, it impacted the life of his family. And I want to share with you why, part of the reason I chose this research to share. This particular gentleman, he was one of the parent leaders. So I had the opportunity to also work alongside him as a facilitator of the Parent Leadership Training Institute in Connecticut. This gentleman has 2 children, a boy and a girl. And before his children got out of high school, they had successful businesses that they were operating globally. So by the time they got to college, they were already earning 6 figures in both of their businesses. His wife also had a business. And then when he retired from GE Capital, as it is called up in Connecticut, he went straight into consulting. And when he went into consulting, he started off right out the gate being a heavy hitter. What do I mean by that? When many of us was scraping around to find clients locally, my friend was traveling to different countries overseas to service his clients. And I know, had he not been a former employee of GE Capital or General Electric, he would not have been open and willing to take on those opportunities and those opportunities. So even as entrepreneurs, I want to encourage us. Let us begin to invest in people. Let us begin to build the leaders from within. Our company cannot be too small for us to invest in people. Investing in people will give us the largest ROI, the largest return on investment. Welcome on Facebook. Invest in people. It does not matter. Are you working with what you call it? The people that are not employees, independent contractors? Yes, I realize I keep moving it. It's at a good spot now, Sophie. I hope it will hold out. I don't know what's wrong with the Wi-Fi. My apologies. My apologies. I don't know why it is freezing. Freelancers. Freelancers is the word I was looking for. Hey, Dorrit, how are you? Freelancers. Let me tell you, every time I work with a freelancer, good morning, my sister, how are you? Every time I work with a freelancer, during the interviewing process, I always want to know what are their goals. What are they looking to do in the future? Because yes, hey, good morning, namesake. Good morning, Queen. Although I want them to work with me and for me, I also want to know that they are looking to build for their future. I am not looking to have a freelancer or an independent contractor only work for me. I'm looking for opportunities where they can partner with me on a project where I don't only pay them for their work, but we can partner and the proceeds can be split. So as entrepreneurs and small business people, how can we build a leadership brand as an entrepreneur? We can all do it. We can all build a leadership brand. However, we need not to be selfish. We need to understand what it means to invest in people to get the ROI. Yes, make sure everyone supports each other. I know that Daphne, I'm sure, based on what I have observed from you over the couple of years that I've known you, I've seen where you use your clients that are close by as models. And I'm sure those women were not models before they became your clients, but you include them in what you're doing. So how can we build a leadership brand in our small business or as an entrepreneur? So I shared about GE, and GE was close to me because I personally know somebody who it impacted his family. I knew somebody who it impacted his family. I knew those two kids, his son and his daughter. And because I did not get his permission, I will not share his name in this broadcast. But he's part of my LinkedIn and he's part of my Facebook. So he will be able, when he see this broadcast, he will be able to comment in there that what I share is accurate. So yes, General Electric has a $163 billion budget. However, it does not stop us. It does not stop us from modeling some of their practices. Remember their motto. Their motto says, imagination at work. Imagination at work. Ask yourself the question, are you just using people's skill and expertise, or are you allowing them to have an input in what you're doing? You are not the only one with the best ideas in your business. I am not the only one with the best ideas in my business. I know what my greatest skills are. I know that the people I hire as freelancers to work for me, I know what I'm looking for in them because I'm looking for the strength that I do not have. I can build a relationship. I know how to do that. I'm not a marketing person. I'm learning to do that. I know how to connect. I know how to build relationships. So ask yourself the question, what are my strengths? And begin to look around the people. Sometimes you're going to find that person in your vendors. It could be the waitress or waiter at the restaurant you eat, somebody at the post office. You never know unless you begin to look. I am a marketer. Good for you. Good for you. Now, let me move on. I allow my models input always. I support their endeavors. That's right. Because that's the only way we will grow. We all need each other Because you know what? The universe is not experiencing any lack. There is more than enough for all of us. So why are we so reluctant to include others in what we are doing? Because of fear. Because we are feeling, oh, I don't want to let people in. Trust me, I used to be like that. It took me years to hire freelancers to work with me because I'm always saying they're going to steal my material and share it with their other clients. It was not until I became aware that no one can steal my purpose, no one can steal my calling, because that is uniquely for me. So I just shared about General Electric and their motto, imagination at work. It is a diversified company, guys. $163 billion of annual income. It doesn't matter where you are over the world. You know about General Electric. You own something from them. Or you know somebody who owns something from them. And if a corporation of that magnitude can have a motto saying, imagination at work, what about you and I? Why are we not looking into the people, our customers, our clients? Why aren't we having their input in what we do? The next company is Johnson & Johnson, whose credo begins, we believe in our first responsibility is to be the doctors, nurses, and patients, to mothers and fathers, and all others who use our products and services. Johnson & Johnson earned $53 billion in revenue in 2020. It is a collaborated for developing leaders who promise scientifically sound, high quality products and services that help heal and cure diseases and improves the quality of life. A Johnson & Johnson manager known for being socially responsible and a stickler for product development and determination. She takes a product to market in a disciplined way. She is committed to building consumer trust, to produce quality and to produce quality and to safety. Good help to those in need is the mission of Bon Secours Health System, a nonprofit healthcare firm based in Marriottsville, Maryland, that operates a variety of hospital and nursing care facilities, consistent with the purpose of a Catholic health care ministry. The 19,000 person organization developed leaders who put a premium on reflective integration. That means Bon Secours experts, its managers, to do more than just run healthcare units. They must also balance the business of healthcare with compassion and caring. Now, if J and J can do that, why are we not stepping up to include people? Why are we not asking our clients, our customers, our associates, the people in our network, why are we not opening up and ask them, what do you think I can do differently? What do you think I can do differently? During, Sophie, you are spelling the name incorrectly. It doesn't have a Y. Remove the Y, Sophia. When in preparation for my relocation, the former superintendent of schools, who I have known for many years, many years, he retired and he started a new business. He converted his photo-taking business. He was doing it as a hobby, and he now converted it into a business. And there were a couple of prints that I had fallen in love with, and I had promised him that I was going to own those prints because he only does limited edition, and I encourage you guys to check him out. Those of you on Facebook, check out Bill Glass, Billglass, on Facebook, and look at his work. And during my preparation for relocation, I reached out to Bill and asked, would you do me a recommendation and put it on my LinkedIn? And he sent me a copy, and it brought tears to my eyes because although I knew him all those years, I had no idea the way he thought about the business I do and the impact it has on the community. So let us ask people, let us include them in what we're doing. My being on TikTok happened because somebody who was part of my Periscope community for 4.5 years, who had consumed all of my content, to whom it had made a great difference in her life and in the life of her family. She's the one who directed me to TikTok. I did not know anything about TikTok. And let me tell you something. Today, I posted video 342 of gratitude over on TikTok. And people are asking, when are you going to be giving us some merchandise? Somebody said to me, you need to create merchandise with hashtag greetings because you always say that. People are saying you need to give us a gratitude journal so we can begin to document our own gratitude. They came up with the ideas that I had not thought about. I said, yes, so now I am researching how to get these two things done. Let us open ourselves to suggestions and ideas and recommendations from our network, because that's the only way we will build a leadership brand as an entrepreneur. Another person that I think about just now, the Spirit drops it on me. Everyone here knows Lisa Nichols. And you all know Lisa's story. And you know that Lisa company went public. It all happened because Lisa was open to including others in what she was doing. Lisa was ready to be leadership brand. We got to take chances on ourselves. We got to include people. You include them, and they will not be with you forever. But you both add value while that season lasts. Even when we include them in building this leadership brand, they will not be with us for the rest of their life. However, you learn what you can. They teach what they can to the other people. And you grow together. The relationship will always be there, even when the work is not being done again. A relationship that is properly built will be there for a lifetime. Let me continue on the J&J. Give up one obvious connection among these firms and others such as PepsiCo, Goldman Sachs, Disney, Boeing, and Herman Miller is that they turn out strong leaders. In so many cases, become feeder firms whose managers are well equipped to run other organizations, but they are less obvious answers as well. These companies go beyond standard, issue leadership training, doing something they themselves aren't even necessarily aware of. Instead of merely strengthening the ability of individual leaders, These companies focus on building more general leadership capability. Specifically, they build what they call leadership brand. Leadership brand is a reputation for developing exceptional leaders with a distinct set of talents that are uniquely geared to fulfill consumer and investors' expectation. A company with a leadership brand inspires faith that employees and managers will consistently make good on the firm promises. A Nordstrom customer knows that the retailer's employee and managers will give her white glove service. Parents who take their kids to Disney theme park assume that ride operators and restaurant personnel will be upbeat, friendly, and gracious. McKinley clients understand that smart, well-educated consultants will bring their latest management knowledge to bear on their problems. A leadership brand is also embedded in the organizational culture through its policies and its requirements for employees. For example, the tagline of Lexus is the pursuit of perfection. Internally, the Lexus division translates that promise into the expectation that managers will excel at managing equally possesses, including lean manufacturing and Six Sigma. In observing 150 successful leader feeder firms of various sizes over the past decade, we have found that most of them have developed a similar outside-in approach, which helps them produce an excellent pipeline of leadership generation over generation. They also tend to enjoy remarkable steady profits year after year because they have secured the ongoing confidence of internal constituents whose expectations are comfortably filled by leaders throughout the organization. Building a strong leadership brand requires that companies follow 5 principles. First, they have to do the basic of leadership, like setting strategies and grooming talents well. Second, they must ensure that managers externalize constituents' high expectations of the firm. Third, they need to evaluate their leaders according to their external perspectives. Fourth, they must invest in broad-based leadership development that helps managers hone the, the skills needed to meet customers and investors' expectations. And finally, they should track their success at building a leadership brand over a long term. Before considering these principles in more detail, however, let us consider why relatively few companies are able to establish leadership brand in the first place. You see, you see why it is important for us to study these large corporations. Again, we don't have their budget. However, there is absolutely nothing that I've shared from this Harvard Business School research that you and I cannot model. We can model it, guys. We can expose our staff, our independent contractors, our freelancers. We can expose them to all of these practices that I have shared. all of the companies, all of the companies that I mentioned here are companies that every last one of us have been doing business with. Now we know that the reason we keep going back is because of the strategies that they have in place. They're not going around throwing things to the wall and hoping that something will stick. It's 6:40. Please get your water. Bless your water so we can do our water therapy. What is it you're looking for? It's 6:41 a.m. What are you looking for from your water? Speak to your water. Pray over your water. Bless your water. And then over on my TikTok, go ahead and put ready when you're ready over there so we can do the water therapy. So I'm giving gratitude for continued clarity on my spiritual hearing, sight, and feeling. I ask that this water will go directly to every organ in my body to revitalize its healing capabilities, for mobility, for strength, and anything that is lurking in my body. I ask that this water will go directly there and to root it out so that it does not affect my body. And for those who are participating, let's go ahead and drink. All right, it is finished. Thanks to those who participated. All right. So let us continue. I will end this broadcast at 7. So we are going to continue with the research. The misguided focus on individuals. In recent years, thousands of companies have spent millions of their own corporate universities, yet most have failed to develop true leadership bench strength. That's because too many cases, the approach to leadership training is detached from the firm stance for in the eyes of its customers and investors. Rather, training is the same from company to company, regardless of whether the company is a fast food chain, an aerospace contractor, a senior executive role. The importance of leadership outside experts talk about business strategy, elicit 360-degree feedback, or take personality in inventories. Everyone spends time socializing and playing golf. Leadership practices are piecemeal and are seldom integrated in their firm's brand. Let's alone with the daily operations of the organization. I want to pause here because at one phase of my life, I was a lioness. You all know the club, the Lions Club. I was a lion. And with no disrespect, Lions Club is a good old boys club. Because although they try to include women in there, we were just there to pay our dues, and very rarely we would get into leadership role. And I was sick and tired of it, and I stopped because I said I don't need to be paying X amount a year to have lunch with a bunch of old white men who don't respect my leadership skills. And I stopped going for that same reason. Not the Lions Club, pardon me. I mean the Rotary Club. Oh, Rotary Club. Pardon me, Lions, Rotary. And I tell you something. When I quit, my involvement with the Rotary Club was more intense than when I was paying my dues. And you know why? All of the presidents in the other chapters would invite me regularly to come and do a presentation for them. Yet, there were so many egos in my chapter when I was there. It was lopsided with old white men, no disrespect, who had no ears to listen to what the female members were saying, especially when those female members were black. They were not having it. At the root of this unfortunate problem is a persistent focus on developing the individual leader. HR and succession planning teams tend to concentrate on finding and developing the ideal candidate who they hope will raise corporate fortunes. In our experience, many firms rely on the competency model that identifies a set of generic traits, vision, direction, energy, and so on, and then try to find and build next generation leaders that fit that model. Consider what happened when we held a workshop for 9 companies that were all household names. We asked the representatives from each organization to send us their leadership competency models, which listed the unique characteristics that they sought in their leaders. Has a strong vision, fosters teamwork, demonstrates emotional intelligence, and the likes. We then deleted the names of the corporations from each model during the workshop. We asked the representatives to pick their own. Few were able to do so. There was a little difference among the models of the telecommunication companies, a consumer product company, a financial service company, an aerospace company. The conclusion was obvious. They focus on the desirable traits of individual leaders. The firms ended up creating generic models, and vanilla competency models generate vanilla leadership. Once it selects a candidate, a company will try to train her to be more emotional and socially adept, to set direction, to build relationship of trust, and so on. Eventually, she may develop a personal reputation that distinguishes her from other executives. She may even become a celebrated leader of the kind featured in the popular business magazines. With this leader in place, her firm feels that its long-term success is assured. This can be a trap, however, for a powerful and charismatic leader can develop a personal brand and overpower the organization's own brand when employees become more dedicated to the individual who is in charge than focuses on the customer's wants, and the company wind up in trouble. Moreover, an institution that becomes too beholden to an individual leader runs a risk if the leader turns out to be less than perfect. When Sandy Will, a celebrated leader and a master of acquisition, left Citigroup after a long string of mergers, the firm continued to struggle with a series of ethical problems. It's been left to its successor, Chuck Price, to figure out what holds the place together. In other words, what we are seeing here, these mishaps will happen when you do not invest in people. We got to build our leadership brand from inside. Our best ROI is on individuals. So why not look behind the curtain on J&J and General Electric? We can learn from them. There's so much information in this Harvard Business School review that you and I can learn from and build our small business. There is so much we can learn from this research that can help us to reposition our business. As entrepreneurs, there is so much more out there for us. Now, we are all doing things differently. We are all networking now via Zoom. We do not have to travel. We don't have to go. We don't have to pay for cocktails and appetizers and all of that. We can sit before our laptops and we can network. Why don't we do this to the best of our ability? Why don't we invest in the relationships? Why don't we do the research? There is so much information out there for us. Let us pool our resources. I saw one person on my on my Facebook feed said, I am a marketer. So why not look into who is in our immediate network that we can build with? We are not getting what we want because we are not having the right conversations with the people we know. We got to open our mouths. We got to let people know what we are about. We got to learn what they are about. And by so doing, you and I will be able to build a leadership brand as an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter where our businesses are today. We can become a leadership brand. Now we have the world at our fingertips. We have access to people in different countries all over the world. Let us reach out. Now I am blessed to have someone on my team who lives in Kenya. Let us go out there and find people whose value is in line with ours. And let us build leadership brands as entrepreneur. It does not matter the size of our company. Let us make the decision today to take that action up. I applaud each and every one of you who showed up here today for this broadcast. Go there. There's so much information that we can find. Let us devote the time to create something different. Yes, we are a small business. For some, you might even be a mom and pop. Let us see what we can do differently by which to create a leadership brand. I hope there was something, if it's even one thing that you gather from this presentation today. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am your why and soul purpose coach and consultant. Please reach out to me. Connect with me. I want to have that conversation with you to find out how I can assist you in what you're doing. I am providing intuitive conversations for those people who are wanting to figure out what's my why and my purpose, what it is I want to do. Text me at 203-885-5093. After we have that initial conversation, if I am not the coach or guide or mentor for you, I have a huge network and I'll be sure to point you into the direction of somebody. Please reach out. You have the ability to make a great impact on the world, and I want to be alongside you when this happens. Again, I am available for intuitive coaching, consulting, readings. If you are looking to have just a VIP session, I'm open for that too. But just so you know, every little bit of my work is intuitively guided. So when I sit with you on Zoom or on the phone or whatever, not only am I telling you professionally what I know, I'm connected with the universe and I'm getting powerful downloads to share and pass on to you. I got to tell you, when I get these downloads, it only is not dealing with your business, it's going to your private life and some stuff. And that's why the universe has redirected me to only do this in private appointments. And I'm glad for that, because I started doing them on public conversation, and there were times when I had to be suppressing the downloads that I got. If you have not watched the 3 pin videos on my TikTok lineup, please go and check it out. I have run from my intuitive gifting for 60 plus years. I can't run anymore. And this is why I accept this new divine assignment. So I am unapologetically out of the closet and I'm doing my Father's work. Again, I'm Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson, your Why and Soul Purpose coach and consultant. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Connect with me on LinkedIn, on Facebook. And if you forget all of those platforms, I am Googleicious. Just put my name in Google and you'll see where we connect. I love, honor, and respect you. And I'll see you next time on that broadcast. Stay blessed, family.